Abdullah ibn Umar radiyallahu ta'ala anhuma, may Allah be pleased with him and his father. He said, I heard the Prophet ﷺ say, إِذَا رَأَيْتُمُوهُ, if you see it. إِذَا رَأَيْتُمُوهُ, the pronoun, إِذَا رَأَيْتُمُوهُ, it goes back to al-hilal, the crescent. What does it go back to? It goes back to crescent. فَالضَّمِيرُ عَائِدٌ إِلَى مَفْهُومٍ مِنَ السِّيَاقِ, something that's understood from the context, which is the crescent. Just like Allah said in the Quran, إِنَّا أَنزَلْنَاهُ فِي لَيْلَةِ الْقَدْرِ. إِنَّا أَنزَلْنَاهُ. That hat goes back to where? Al-Quran, the Quran. It's talking about the Quran. This one is talking about what? The crescent. The sighting of the crescent. إِذَا رَأَيْتُمُوهُ, if you see the crescent, فَصُومُوا, fast. Fast. وَإِذَا رَأَيْتُمُوهُ, and when you see it, break your fast. As in, break your fasting. فَإِنْ غُمَّ, فَإِنْ غُمَّ. What does it mean, فَإِنْ غُمَّ? أَيْ سُتِرَ الْهِلَالُ. The crescent becomes hidden from you. You can't see. There's clouds. It can't be sighted. فَقْدُرُوا لَهُ. فَقْدُرُوا لَهُ. What does it mean? Another narration explained to us what it means, فَقْدُرُوا لَهُ. Another riwayah, which is the riwayah of Imam Muslim, which is فَإِنْ غُمِّيَ عَلَيْكُمْ فَأَكْمِلُوا الشَّعْبَانَ 30. أما فَقْدُرُوا لَهُ 30. Do 30 days. أما فَأَكْمِلُوا الْعِدَّةَ 30. Complete it 30 days. On the 29th, which is tomorrow, we try to look for it, and we don't see it. Then don't worry. Complete the month to 30. Complete it to what? To 30. That is it. Other scholars, they said, فَقْدُرُوا لَهُ, they took another opinion from it. They said, فَقْدُرُوا لَهُ actually means make it on the 29th. Hey, what's your argument and where did you get that from? They said, فَقْدُرُوا means ضَيِّقُوا, tighten the month, make that month little. Because they said, we take it from the ayah, وَمَنْ قُدِرَ عَلَيْهِ رِزْقُهُ, anyone whose provision was made tight on him. And they said, by tightening the month, it means by making it on the 29th. That's the second opinion. But that opinion is very weak because the hadith says, فَقْدُرُوا لَهُ 30. The hadith in Muslim, word for word, says, make it 30. Are we all together, brothers? So we already have a narration that states that it should be 30. What are the benefits that we take from the hadith? What we take from the benefit that we take from the hadith is, it's obligatory to fast Ramadan when the crescent is sighted. And the breaking of Ramadan, meaning Ramadan is over, there's no more Ramadan. Shawwal has now entered, is based on the sighting of the moon as well. Okay? The sighting here, some of the scholars, they said it should be on the naked eye. The naked eye. And other scholars, they said, if a telescope is used, then that's also sighting. That's also sighting. Some scholars, they said that. The second benefit that we take from this hadith is there's no consideration given to calculation. Calculation is not given no consideration for Ramadan. So what you see on the walls, the calendar, this is when Ramadan finishes, all based on calculation? No. Ramadan is not based on a calendar stuck on the masjid's wall. The entering of Ramadan is not based on that. It's based upon what? The sighting. And the ending of Ramadan is based on the sighting. And this is a consensus amongst the ulama. There's no difference of opinion. Shaykh al-Islam ibn Taymiyyah, he transmitted a consensus in this issue, and so did Ibn Hajar al-Asqalani in Fath al-Bari. And the reason is because calculation cannot be done by everybody. Okay, it can't be done by everybody. It's done by experts. Like in the sighting of the moon and the crescent, it's something that everyone can sight. And the Sharia wants to make something accessible for who? For everybody. This is one of the pillars of Islam. Number 3, the third benefit that we take from the hadith is, if the crescent is, we can't see the crescent, it becomes shadowed, hidden from us, then we complete it on 30. We complete it what? On 30. And that's the correct opinion, because we have a نص صريح لا يقبل التأويل. We have a direct hadith that doesn't accept any interpretation. The fourth benefit that we take from it is, what about if the moon is sighted in a different country? And if it's seen in a different country? Another country says, we saw the moon. You would have to fast, because the hadith says, إِذَا رَأَيْتُمُوهُ, if it's seen, if it's sighted, فَصُومُوا, fast. Are we all together? As long as that country shares the time zone with us. For example, if it's sighted in Australia, then Australia doesn't have the same time zone as us. In other words, when we're in day, they're in night, and when we're in night, they're in day. Their sighting has nothing to do with us. Are we all together? So we look at the time zone. Anyone who's in that time zone, their sighting is a sighting for us, even if it's a different country. What about if somebody sees it by himself and no one else saw it with him? He saw it by himself and no one else saw it, and he is sure that he saw it. Then he has to fast based on this hadith. Are we all together? He has to fast by himself, because he sighted the moon. Because the Prophet said, إِذَا رَأَيْتُمُوهُ, if you see it, then fast. Other than Ramadan, the fasting is done with the people. Other than Ramadan, the fasting is what? It's done with the people. I will speak about that in another session, inshallah ta'ala.